wait for the people to come in. I wonder what time it is. I know in LA it's 8:30 in the morning and it makes when I get out of this screen. I haven't done live in a long time, but I just wanted to. Okay, maybe I should do Wi-Fi. Okay, so I haven't done live in a very long time, and I just really want to say hi. I know there's a couple people here. Yay, hi. I'm at the PGA show. Who's at the PGA show? I'm at booth 1515 working with Imbusage. As you can see in the background, you've probably seen me talk about the product a couple times. It is a launch monitor, very new to the market, but it's the company itself has been around for actually over a decade. So the technology behind it is amazing. And I'm pretty confident it's going to be like up there with Trackman and Foresight in no time for sure. So I've been using the Neo E. Also, we have a giveaway event. If you are here, might as well come by for the giveaway. Let me know if you're here. Love to see you guys. I've already seen quite a few people. Just got here like an hour and a half ago, but I've ran into a lot of people I know. So please come by and say hi. So I just wanted to tune in and kind of talk about indecisions I'm here. Like several different one, two, three, four, five. If you are following me on Instagram, you've probably seen some of the stories that have like five different products on the floor right now that have like the two ceiling types that go up, and then that have the Neo E. You've seen me use it quite a bit, and then that have two tower types. And I'll show you in a bit. There are a lot of people here, so just wanted to, yeah, keep it to my face for now. I know there was, oh my gosh, a ton of people at the show today. You would not believe how long it took me to get my badge. Like literally, I was in the line, I want to say for like at least half an hour, and the line was moving pretty quickly, but it was a long line. I haven't seen such a big line and I can't remember how many years. So that's a good sign, right? Um, so I'll be here all week. I am going to be doing like a lesson clinic, gather some people around and give them pointers. Um, Very nice way, Matt. I met him here at the booth last year. He's a great golfer. He's just signed to go to Indiana. Congratulations. So that's fun. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. So the Neo E giveaway event is if you actually post, if you have a social media Instagram account and you just have to post one reel, one story featuring the Neo E, and you just have to like tag and message and some hashtags. So if you are at the show, it'd be a great idea. That's what he's doing right now. He's posting. That's the Neo E right now. Um, so if there are any questions on the launch monitor, I would love to answer. So I know a lot of juniors actually use the launch monitors and have a launch monitor when practicing. And I think it's really important. I didn't have the access when I was younger. I used to work with my better, and he used to have hitting bays. So whenever it was empty, I would go in there and use the bays so I can look at my numbers, which wasn't that often. But it's really important to keep an eye on your numbers. Oh, hello, how are you? Thank you for saying hi. Mm. It's really important to keep your eyes on the numbers. It really depends on what you're working on, but if you want to hit it longer, like club speed, head speed, and then if you are working on, let's say like weight shift or like lag, getting rid of castings, re-release, you could look at things like your attack angle. So you know it's like with a 7 iron, it's X amount depending on your swing speed. I would suggest to keep it anywhere between like -2 to degrees. It really depends on your swing speed. But if it's like plus and minus, that's very inconsistent. So that's why it's really great to keep your eyes on the numbers as you practice. And our goal is to get those numbers really consistent. There is no right answer for everybody because every individual is different. Their swings are different. But it's really important to be able to replicate your swing over and over to minimize random mistakes on the golf course. We know we can't perfect the game, so we have to absolutely minimize the mistakes. And that's what the consistent numbers do for you. Hello, hello. Wow, I haven't done live in a while. I guess now your name's, is it always shown this way? Frank Jherh. Call me Young. Hello, how are you? Thank you for saying hi. Um, And I know a lot of people since COVID have been like doing indoor setups at home. And I know more and more indoor facilities for like training centers have opened up. So the simulator system is like widely popular nowadays. And I'm really happy to see that because, like, especially if you live somewhere that gets cold or really hot during the winter and summer days, it's really nice to have somewhere to go practice. And also, I find that I have like a setup in the backyard. So if I really am lazy to go to the range, I can just pop in and just hit some shots. And I have the Neo E, so I can see all my flights and data through my laptop. That's where I have the early software downloaded. So it just makes it really convenient. And when it comes to golf, you really want to get your practice in. Well, I did a little bit every day growing up. So it's so easy to lose your feel with golf. So it's really important to keep up. Which affordable launch monitor do you recommend for using with a net in the backyard? So actually, that's a great question. Thank you. Um, I'm using the Neo E, and it's actually for how amazing the data is. Like the accuracy of the data is really like, on point, but price point is really good. I know like a lot of people use like GC Quad and like TrackMan, but those are like way more expensive. So Neo E, I think runs right around like 5,500, including the software, which is really, I think, affordable for how accurate it is. I know products that are in the like 3,000, 5,000 like range are like unreliable, and I get really frustrated when I hit a shot and the numbers are off, or I went straight and it tells me it went somewhere else. It's like really frustrating. So I really care about accuracy, but also care about the money too. That's why I'm like really strongly suggest Neo E is amazing product because of the accuracy of it. And Neo E for everywhere. So it's like portable. And I would film with it on the golf course and even in bright light works amazing, which is like unheard of. A lot of products around the same price range, like anywhere between like 3,000 to 5,000 range, does not work outdoors well at all in the light because the cameras aren't as high tech. So indoors maybe, but outdoors they're not so great. So I really suggest Neo 3. They do have different models, but they're more for like fixtures on the ceilings and like towers. Let me show you really quickly. So this is like a tower type. Looks really cool. Three cameras and has like the LCD. So it's like all in one kind of thing. So if you don't want to put anything on your ceiling, do all that, then this is amazing. You can move it around too, obviously. This is for the ceiling, like amazing accuracy. This is N2, N1. This is a little bit cheaper, two cameras. And then this is the one I was talking about, Neo E, portable. Um, Works amazing outdoors. And then this is one coming out soon. This is like miniature version of this tower without the LCD. So, anybody at the show? Love to see you guys come by. Oliver Lay 71. Hi, Amy. Hi, how are you? Hello, hello. I know it's been a while since I've done live, so thank you so much for tuning in. Um, w- um, so I will be here at in this booth like all 3 days, today, tomorrow, and Friday. And did I mention I'll be doing like a lesson event soon? So if you are nearby, stop by. Um, any other questions on the launch monitor on how it works? I was just hitting a few here, and it shows you like I'm gonna post it on my Instagram and on YouTube as well. But it shows you how the ball rotates. It's so cool. Mm. You don't need like stickers or markings on the walls. I just stick on like a sticker on my club head. Um, and yeah, what else can we talk about? Oh, we're talking about how important it is to have those numbers when you're practicing. So we're talking about like if you're early extending, casting, you're working on your like wave shift, lag, release. Then you can look at like the path and the face angle and attack angle. Those have to be consistent. I was just talking about how it doesn't have like there's no right answer. Doesn't have to be like perfect, but as long as you have your path, face angle, attack angle, and it's in like acceptable range and it's consistent. Consistency, I think, is the right answer. Um, so if you have any questions on the launch monitor or like anything on your golf swing, let me know. Oh, I was just he was being drive, so I want to watch. But I met Matt last year here at the booth. So it's really nice to see him again this year. So compared to last year, his swing is like a lot tighter, a lot more solid. So super happy for him. He's gonna be playing college golf. Very exciting. I am following him on Instagram, so I'll be following his journey for sure until he makes it on the PGA tour. And then when he makes it on there, I'll probably be like interviewing him. Can you get me in? And let's over coffee. Sorry, I can't get you in. Like, um, I think if you are in the golf industry, like if you're part of the PGA, LPGA, or any of these vendors, you can get in. But I think you can get in, like if you go on their website and sign up to get in, right? Yeah, right. Hey Matt, Matt, I'm doing live. Do you want to say hi? This is Matt. He was just hitting amazing shots. So what do you think about the Neo E? Yeah. I feel that too. Updated, they changed a lot of different things. It is, right? Yeah. And you know how like as soon as you hit, the ball just takes off right away on the screen? I think it's amazing. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I was just talking about how like I met you last year here and then you're hitting like great. So I was just telling them like congratulations on signing with Indiana. Yeah, that's amazing. So are you excited? Yeah. So how did you go about choosing the school? Mm, the program is good. Oh, awesome. Best of luck. Best of luck. Thank you. Yeah. So I mean, I really feel like more people should know about their product because like every time people try, they're like amazed by it. We just need to get the word out. um, So that's what I'm here to do. I do see a lot of people taking interest because of like the low point of the price, but then they start hitting and they're like amazed with the accuracy. So I really believe this is like a game changer for the launch monitor industry, because the TrackMan and um, Foresight that have like such high price points, and I mean, now that have like indices, which is works like Matt even just said, like just as great, it maybe better, and the price point is amazing. All right, I can if you guys want to hear more, I can stay a little bit longer, or I was actually going to do Instagram live as well. What do you think? Anybody? So if you are here at the show, don't be shy, come by. And also, if you if you just kind of let me know on Instagram, I'll know you're here. I was going to hit some to show you how it works, but you'll have to see it through Instagram or shorts. I'll upload them for sure. And just all the boots are taken. They have like one big one here, and then so they have like the N2, the stealing sensor on this side, Neo E, which is portable, works great outdoors over here, and then Neo T, the T for tower. James, Jacobin said hi. Hi. For example, mini simulators, but because I didn't set up a booth this year, they want 2 grand to get in. That's a lot of money. You recycle mini simulators. Very cool, very cool. But no booth this year. Well, best of luck. 이마만님과 에이미 누나한테 안녕하세요. 첫 유튜브 스승님 감사합니다. 네, 저는 지금 미국 올랜도의 골프쇼 현장에 나와 있습니다. 지금 론치 모니터에 대해서 이야기를 하고 있었고요. 인비스지라고 이제 론치 모니터, 신상 론치 모니터인데 이제 이 론치 모니터 업계에서는 굉장히 오래된 역사를 가지고 있는 회사이기도 하고, 그래서 그렇기 때문에 성능이 굉장히 좋은 것 같습니다. 그래서 뭐 한국에는 잘 모르겠지만 미국에는 인제 집에다가 설치하신 분들도 굉장히 많으시고요. 또 미국의 선수들은 런치 모니터 하나씩 다 가지고 다니거든요. 연습하는 데 정말 필요한 부분이라고 생각을 하고요. 그래서 일단 그 연습을 할 때 넘버들 있잖아요. 약간 자신의 스윙이나 내가 교정하는 부분에 따라서 집중해야 되는 넘버들이 다르지만 일단 그 넘버들이 정답이라는 건 없죠. 왜냐하면 사람들이 다 스윙이 다르기 때문에. 하지만 뭐 예를 들어서 뭐 체중 이동을 집중을 한다. 그러면 어택 앵글을 볼 수 있죠. 클럽이 공을 들어가는 각도가 만약에 7번 아이언인데 마이너스 3도 정도 되면 굉장히 좋죠. 근데 만약에 이게 플러스 2도다. 그러면 인제 보통 캐스팅을 하시겠죠. 손목을 다 풀어서 최저점 찍고 올라가면서 공을 맞기 때문에 뭐 어택 앵글이 플러스가 나오면 체중 이동을 제대로 하시 하고 있지 않으실 것이다. 뭐 여러 가지가 있지만 자신이 교정하는 부분에 따라서 집중하는 그 넘버들을 좀 이렇게 집중적으로 좀 일정하게 만드시면 도움이 굉장히 많이 되실 거예요. From Vietnam, I fixed my shipping with your writing video. Thank you so much. That's great to hear. Thank you so much. Glad to hear that. What else are we talking about? Oh, I was just speaking in Korean, just talking about everything I said earlier in English. 네. 그래서 만약에 약간 오버 더 탑 아웃스윙 정말 많이 하시잖아요. 그래서 약간 깎여 맞으면서 왼쪽 미스나 오른쪽 미스가 나면서 좀 비거리를 짧게 가시는 분들, 그런 분들도 이제 이런 론치 모니터가 있으시면 팟랑 페이스 앵글 뭐 이런 부분을 좀 어느 정도 일정하게 만드시는 게 좋죠. 근데 아웃스윙이 심하다. 그래서 왼쪽으로 되게 많이 간다. 그리고 페이스가 어떤 때는 열려 들어가고 어떤 때는 닫혀 들어간다. 그렇다면 이 인제 과장을 해서 이 페이스 이 팟 앵글을 보시고 그거에 따라서 인제 그럼 페이스 앵글도 어느 정도 저절로 교정이 되든지 아니면 틀어지든지 리액션이 있을 거예요. 그거에 따라서 페이스 컨트롤도 해 주시면 굉장히 좋고요. Okay. So anybody at the show? Ooh, nice pants. 이동원님 안녕하세요. 응원합니다. 한국은 날씨가 많이 추우실까요? 감기는 안 걸리시고 건강하신지 궁금합니다. 오디오는 잘 들리시나요? 음. 와 진짜 라이브를 너무 오래간만에 하니깐요. 저는 항상 라이브 할 때 영어 먼저 하고 뭐 한번 후에 하고 뭐 아니면 뭐 영어를 나중에 한다든지 이렇게 시스템이 있었는데 네 기억을 못해요. 스프링 와이프님 네 감사합니다. 강동원님 캐나다입니다. 와 캐나다는 굉장히 추우실 것 같네요. 캐나다에 계시는군요. 와우. 그래서 인제 룬치모니터에 대해서 쪼끔 더 이야기를 하려고 하는데 Linda, hi Amy, how are you? What time is it over there? It must be really late? Early? Nice seeing you. It's been a while. 한국 엄청 추워요. 스프링 와이프님. 와 한국 진짜 춥다고 얘기는 많이 들었어요. 근데 LA는 저는 LA 지금은 올랜도지만 LA는 이번 겨울에 비가 오긴 했지만 날씨는 춥지 않았어요. 네. 52 PM. Oh, okay. Nice, nice. I did pretty well timing for you. PM. Yeah. I got you. I got you. So you guys have any questions on the launch monitor? I'll be happy to answer or anything on your swings. I'll be more than happy to answer. If you're at the show, I'm at booth number 1515. I'm getting really busy and it was packed today. It was really packed today. Trying to get in was like crazy. Um, Howdy, Amy. How are you, Don? Couple of J's, quite a few J's. Okay, so should we talk more about the launch monitor? I was just showing you there are like 5 different products on the floor, and there's 2 that go on the ceiling, 2 that are like towers, and 1 that's portable launch monitor that I've been using, that you've been seeing me using. Um, so the N2 that goes on the ceiling is apparently like amazing sensor with like high quality camera. And I was just like, Neo E works amazing. And they were like, oh, N2 is like, I was like, what? It's really crazy how good technology is getting. And I would say Neo E, out of all the simulators here, I'm pretty confident to say that compared to its performance, the price point is like probably the lowest, like amazing. So, just got here. What do you consider the most important metrics measured? We were just talking about that, and I think it really depends on what you're focusing on. For example, if you want to increase distance, you can focus a couple different things, but the first thing you focus on is like the swing speed. And then I always keep an eye on the attack angle. That has to be within the like appropriate range and has to be consistent. If it's not, we know there is something wrong with your waist shift, your stability, your hip shoulder movement, and your hands movement. So attack angle, I always keep an eye on. And obviously, the path and the face angle are very important to keep within the appropriate range. But I mean, always emphasize this: there is no right answer. If you're fighting like a big slice or a hook and your swing path is off by a lot, then you obviously have to grind to get that back on track. But it doesn't have to be like, say, perfect, like 0 degrees to the target. Like mine isn't that way. My face is always slightly opened because I do have a draw. Um, Slightly open to target. But with the tour pros, when they like flush it, like hit really good shots, usually their faces are slightly opened. It's probably because they're on their way to like releasing. And usually when pros like flush it, it's sometimes like a straight block, like slight block, not a lot, just like a slight, like a two yard block. Um, if that. But yeah, it's really interesting to see everyone's numbers because they're very different. Even comparing from like LPGA to PGA numbers are very different. Just because the different strengths, muscular strength, and that also leads to different ways the two throws swing, because LPGA do lack power compared to how strong PGA Tour players are. We have to be very efficient with our swings, and we have to be on on the numbers with our equipments. Equipments are very important because we rely on like the mechanics and the equipment. PGA Tour pros can get away with a little bit funky like numbers here and there. Um, because they're so strong, they can just push through everything. And yeah, so like there are very different traits for different tours, and I find that very interesting because what as a teacher I had to approach things differently depending on like the gender and strength. You could be a male, but if you have like weak anywhere in like say a back or hips or anything, I have to approach differently because the swing speed will be different. And yeah, then the efficiency has to be different. Linda, are these lounge monitors also for private use? Oh, absolutely. Yes. So you can get like one installed inside your homes, like private use, or you can get like multiple for like indoor like golf centers. Mm, So yeah, definitely. I know a lot of people like in the US actually does indoor setups in garages or in like game rooms. It's very common here nowadays. I don't know how it is over in Europe or Korea actually. I know in Korea there's a lot of like indoor hitting bays everywhere, every corner. There's like a simulator golf center. So yeah, thank you for the question. Um, Jared, golf is hard mentally and physically. I agree. Do you have fitness and nutrition videos about how you train and eat? I do have a couple of videos. I was actually thinking of inviting some um, professionals in those areas because I mean, I could always share my personal experience and the stuff I learn from different companies. Like, for example, I am certified with CPI, Titleist's Performance Institute. So they teach you everything from ground zero. And but a lot of those stuff like kind of gives me a lot of confirmation on what I did as a kid and what I do now. So but I would love to invite on like some like um, professionals in those areas and talk about that in more detail. And would love to know like what your questions are for those people. But I do have videos on fitness and nutrition. 미라님 예뻐요. 감사합니다. 감사합니다. Linda, we have a sky track, and I know another guy in our club. I think in Europe, it's not very another something. I think in Europe, it's not very common to have this at home. Oh, we need room for it as well. Oh, yes, yes, yes. That's so true. Like even within the states, like I know in Texas, their houses are really big. So and they always have like this theater room theme. I think because they're harsh winters and summers. Some people up north might laugh at this, but their summers are pretty harsh. You can't really do anything outside. In winters, it does get really cold, sometimes snows in Texas. So I know that everything happens inside the house. So culturally, every state are different. But they have game rooms there, so it's roomier. Whereas in like California, unless you have a really big house, it's really hard to set up something like this inside the house. So I know a lot of people in California set these up in the garage, which works perfectly, actually. Thank you for sharing that, Linda. Yes. So, I mean, this is way more reliable accuracy wise on the data compared to Skytrack or any other brands here, really. If I'm keeping in the same price range, better for sure. And if you're in the same range, it's like the Neo E is in the same range and it's like super accurate. And it's portable, so you can use it at home and also take it to the range, like outdoors. It works perfectly well in the sunlight, which is pretty amazing to me. So I think like it's worth the money for if you are looking for a setup, worth the money for sure to use Neo E. Jared, awesome. Thanks. I'll look through your videos for those. Thank you so much. With Amy Fitness, with Amy Nutrition, I'm sure it'll pop up. No, what time is it? A friend of mine was going to visit. I wanted to keep it on so you can say hi. 강재현님 팬입니다. 감사합니다. Linda, thank you. My computer is fixing my typos, strange sentences. It happens to me all the time. I'll be like commenting and then like it'll say something else completely different. And on Instagram you can't like go in and edit. Whereas I think YouTube you can, like not live, but like, commenting. So yeah, it does that to me too. And yeah, no worries. But it's really lovely seeing you, Linda. If you have more questions, please let me know. And then going back to, I should probably do all these in Korean as well. Um, So numbers, what other numbers do you guys like keep an eye out for? Let me know. I do keep an eye out for like the smash factor and spin rate. So smash factor, I don't know if you guys are aware of what it is how efficiently you transfer the power into the ball, which is very important if you think about it. So if you swing really hard and if, if you don't hit like the sweet spot, or if you don't hit it with like fairly square face, you're wasting energy. So it doesn't get transferred into the ball, which is pretty sad, right? And then I said I keep an eye on the backspin as well. And there's they show side spin too. So backspin, side spin kind of gives you an idea where you're losing your power. So if you're not in that like range, appropriate range for like say like a driver, you want to keep it around 2500 RPM kind of thing. I mean, there's no right answer once again, but if you are way off, say you have like 7,000 RPM, then there's too much backspin on the ball and it's just going to balloon. And once it lands, it's going to completely stop with no run. So backspin rate is really really important to keep an eye on. And also side spin, I keep an eye on that because my natural shot is to draw. And I just always want to keep it as small as possible because when I do get tired, if my stability goes out the window or if I get loosey goosey the core, then I will start hooking more. And as the club gets longer, it gets like impossible. Samina님, do you often go back to Korea or normally stay in the US? I think the question was if I go back to Korea often or normally stay in the US. So I live in LA, but I do go to Korea maybe once or twice a year. So I do go back sometimes. 주영이 오빠 안녕하세요. 김주영 프로님 오셨습니다. 맞지요, 닌자? 맞는 것 같아요. 저는 올랜도 골프쇼에 와 있습니다. 저는 이번 주에 엠비스하지라고 론치 모니터 회사랑 일을 하고 있는데요. 미국에 이제 뭐라 그러죠? 미국에 진출을 하시는데 진짜 너무 좋아요. 진짜 너무너무 좋아서 저 같은 경우에는 제품 안 좋아하면 홍보를 못하는 스타일이라서 거짓말하면 막 얼굴에 보이고 그런 스타일이라서 네, 엠비스하지라는 제품 홍보하고 있습니다. 김지용 표님은 잘 지내시죠? 이번에 한국 가면 네, 뵙도록 하겠습니다. Don, can you incorporate measurements and angles and spins in future videos because it's taking forever to interpret them properly? Oh, totally, right? So I did shoot a couple videos using the envisage Neo E, like talking about those numbers. Mm, And I was actually there's so much data, and I was actually doing a shaping shot. Coming soon, shaping shot. I was showing you how to shape shots. It's kind of like pinpointing some of the numbers, and um, it's it's like not easy, like talking numbers because I can get carried away talking numbers, and then you guys would have no idea what I'm talking about. So I have to like amplify it. So I have to like get those numbers and have you guys understand exactly what it means in the actual shape. So that was a big challenge for me. And those videos are coming soon. So please look forward to those. And if you do have any numbers that you are curious about, please let me know. I'll also find out what you guys want to focus on. It could be specific numbers you want to know about, or it could be specific tendency in the swing that you want to fix and wondering which numbers to keep an eye on. My golf swing journey. Hi, Amy. Been following your account for ages. Thank you so much. Keep up the great content. Thanks. Thanks, Amy Allen. Alan, thank you so much. It's so sweet. I do, like I was talking about just now, I do have a couple like fresh contents coming up. So I'm really, really excited. I was actually doing early extension video and I was using the DOE. So now I think about it, I think it'd be really cool to talk about some of the numbers within the video. What do you guys think? 김주영 피아로님, 프로님 만난 거 먹자. 감사합니다. 김주영 프로님은 다들 아시겠지만 유명하신 분이잖아요. 또 미식가로 유명하신 분입니다. 그래서 맛있는 거 먹자고 하시면 기대가 됩니다. Ken, you're the best. Thank you. You're the best. Don, yes, yes, thanks. Okay, amazing. That was fun. I wonder if I should repeat this in Korean. I should, right? Okay. So I'm going to repeat this in Korean, just like as like briefly as possible. And then I'm going to turn on my Instagram live because I do have like a little bit of different followers. So if you follow me on Instagram, I'll be tuning in live soon. If you are at the show, I'll be holding a pointer lesson event pretty soon. So do stop by. Was hoping Matt was going to stop by. Hopefully he'll be here when I'm doing the Instagram. Okay, Korean first. Okay. Yes, love Korean Amy too. Thank you. 네, 그래서 제가 사실 새로운 레슨 컨텐츠가 지금 준비 중인데요. 이제 아무래도 론치 모니터와 이런 그 넘버들을 사용을 하는 분들이 요즘 너무 많다 보니까 아까도 질문해 주셨는데요. 사실 데이터가 많은데 어떤 거를 집중을 해야 하는지, 어떤 넘버들이 무슨 뜻인지에 대해서 정말 많이 궁금해하시는 것 같아요. 그래서 이번에 제가 쉐이핑샷 페이지랑 드로우 구상하는 레슨을 준비를 하는데 제가 리오 2로 좀 데이터를 많이 촬영을 했거든요. 얼마나 정확한지 그리고 또 이 넘버로 저희가 얻을 수 있는 게 뭔지 뭐 이런 거를 포커스를 많이 했는데요. 사실 이게 좀 굉장히 쉽지는 않았던 게 넘버를 대해서 제가 막 설명을 하면 많은 골퍼분들은 인제 약간 '이게 무슨 뜻이지?' 하고 되게 어려워하시는 경우가 많아요. 그래서 이거를 이제 약간 에이미화 시켜서 좀 이 골프 샷과 이 골프 그 기술과 인제 어떤 연관이 있는지 이게 무슨 뜻인지를 좀 쉽게 풀어냈어야 되는데 그게 제일 좀 어려웠던 부분인 것 같아요. 그래서 인제 좀 그리고 또 제가 똑바로 멀리 치는 그 배치기 시리즈도 시작을 하는데요. 배치기 시리즈를 촬영을 벌써 했고 러프컷이 벌써 나오긴 했지만 그때도 제가 니오 2를 사용해서 측정을 했었거든요. 그래서 니오 2로 배치기와 뭐 캐스팅과 뭐 이런 부분들을 쪼끔 더 보여드릴 수도 있지 않을까? 왜냐면 지금 이 숫자에 대해서 많이 배우고 싶어 하시고 궁금해하시는 분들이 많은 것 같아서 갑자기 그걸 쪼끔 더 집어넣어서 레슨을 쪼끔 더 '넘버를 사용을 해서 해 드리면 더 좋아하실까?' 이런 생각이 들었습니다. 그래서 만약에 론치 모니터를 썼을 때 어떤 넘버에 대해서 궁금하시거나 아니면 어떤 스윙 패턴을 했을 때 어떤 넘버가 나오는 게 맞는지 뭐 등등 궁금하신 부분 있으면 알려주세요. 저는 지금 인스타그램 라이브도 시작을 할 예정이거든요. 그래서 인스타그램 팔로우하시면 인스타그램도 들어와 주시고요. 그리고 지금 PGA 쇼에 계시다면 저는 부스 넘버 1515에서 곧 있으면 레슨 이벤트를 진행을 할 예정이라서요. 원포인트 레슨 받고 가시길 바라고요. 어 오랜만에 찾아뵈서 너무 너무 저도 즐거웠고요. Linda, was nice to see you live. Hope to get a lot of visitors at the booth. Thank you so much, Linda. 요이치님, 헬로 에이미 초보 때 영상으로 도움 많이 받았어요. 고마워요. 감사합니다. 네, 많이 많이 들어와 주셔서 너무 감사드리고요. 저는 그러면 또 많은 인스타그램 포스팅과 쇼츠로 또 이번 주 내내 만나 뵙도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.